Hey guys, this is my 1996 Chevy S10 with the 4.3 liter V6, and it has been running rough the past couple days, and I think it's due to the moisture in the air right now. It's been rainy here for the past couple days in North Carolina, and I think it may have been moisture in the distributor cap, and so I've already taken it off. You can see I also took off the rotor underneath it. It's just four, but to get the distributor cap off is four Torx bit screws. You can see right there, and then there's one right there. And once you take that off, there's a screw, another smaller Torx screw there and there that holds the rotor on. And also numbered my wires so anywhere to put them back. And when I took it off, it was definitely corroded a lot. Look at all that. I replaced this thing 5 or 6 years ago, I think. Right when I bought this truck for my dad. But it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad too, but we're gonna clean it up, see if it cleans up nicely and makes a difference. What I'm gonna be using is a flathead screwdriver and just some different sandpapers to try to clean this up with. So this is what they look like after cleaning. Much better than before. Still not perfect, but way better. All right, let's go ahead and install these back on the truck. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is put your rotor back on the same way that it was. Mine has, I don't know if they're all this way, but mine has these little prongs that stick down in some of these holes to hold it in place. But make sure before you take it off that you note where it was on the distributor. I took a picture of mine, and so mine was sitting on here just like that. It was lined up. This was lined up with that little mark down there. All right, next what I'm gonna do is go grab those little screws so we can install them right there. All right, I've got the screws started in. So I'm just gonna take this bit and screw them in by hand. Don't wanna strip these. Also, you don't want these too tight because you could crack this plastic. It's pretty brittle. So just be careful. I'm only gonna hand tighten these. All right, let's get to putting on the distributor cap. All right, we're just gonna set this right back on the same way that it was. Make sure you line up where the screw holes were. All right, I'm gonna grab the screws for this. All right, so I've got the screws started in here. There's the first one. Second is way back here, right there. And you'll have to be careful when you're putting these in because these are small screws and it's a very tight space. Helps if you've got a magnetic bit or whatever to kind of help keep it from falling, but just be careful. Take your time when you're putting these back in. All right, I'm gonna use the same thing with a slightly larger bit than the rotor used. Just gonna snug these down. Let's go get the back one a little bit. Kind of go back and forth between them to bring it down all together. You don't want one side to be completely tight and the other one loose. It might come down uneven. I want this to be as good of a seal as possible as you can get, just to keep moisture and dirt out of there, which is what caused the corrosion, I think. All right, once you've got the distributor cap put back on, all that's left to do is plug back up the spark plug wires. Again, these screws I just did hand tight, both of these as well, just to keep from cracking the plastic that this cap is made out of. So just snug them down. All right, with our spark plug wires all installed, don't forget to plug in your coil wire and that one in the back. It's time to fire it up and see if we fixed our problem. Alright, everything seems to be working well. Let's take it for a quick test drive and see what it does. All right, we just got back from a test drive and that fixed the problem. So hopefully this video will help someone. This is specific to a 96 S10 with the V6, but it should be about the same for any car with a distributor. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments.